The reason why I like fitness transformation videos is because it's not only about yourself, but you're looking at it from someone else's point of view. For example, someone could have got into fitness because clothes didn't fit better on them, but also they couldn't really enjoy a full experience because they wasn't in like the best shape. And I'm only saying this because when it comes to like a fitness transformation, it's because where someone was is not where they are now. And that's what I really love about it, because it's not about who does it the fastest, but it's more about if you can do it long term. And when it comes to really your lifestyle, you need to be honest with yourself. What is it that you're doing? Do you have healthy habits? Do you wake up in the morning thinking about how to exercise? Do you wake up in the morning thinking about how you can wear the best outfit, how you can feel good, how you can look good? And when it comes to fitness, you're going to have days where you don't want to do anything at all. You're going to have days where you look at other people's transformation and you think yours isn't really enough. When it comes to a serious fitness transformation, you need to focus on your habits. You need to focus on your environment. You need to focus on your meal plan, because you can do all the workouts that you want, but it's mainly down to your diet. It's mainly down to you eating the foods that you like, but you're reducing the portion sizes. By me focusing on having a high protein goal while also eating high protein foods, it keeps me full for longer. I'm eating less. But at the same time, just because you're eating less doesn't mean that you don't exercise at all. You have to understand you can eat what you want, but it's mainly about reducing the portion sizes. It's mainly about increasing your exercise. And also, when you have people around you, it's not only so that you do it for yourself, but you want people to keep you accountable. Other people can always be there to like support you, but they shouldn't do it for you. And when other people are there to support you, it could be what they're saying, it could be the information that you're exposed to. Because when it comes to like a fitness transformation, you have a goal in mind of where it is that you want to be. Every time I go to the gym, it doesn't mean that I always do the best workout. The whole idea of having a transformation is to show up for yourself and to have a plan. Because every time I go to the gym, it doesn't mean I'm doing the best workouts. It doesn't mean that I always get what I want. But the whole idea of going to the gym is just to show up, is to do different workouts, and also to increase the weight if it's easy for you to lift. The reason why you never seem to go towards your goals is because as soon as something gets a bit hard, you start to quit. But then also when things are hard, it means that you need to push through a little bit more. And another example that I can really give you is because when you're looking for something, for example, let's say you're in your house and you lost your keys, you're going to be thinking about your keys the whole time. But let's say you're doing something else to distract yourself, to keep yourself busy. When you start to find your keys is when you start to distract yourself, you keep busy. And funny enough, someone else finds the keys for you. You know, the moment that you started to lose your keys, someone else happened to find it, someone else happened to be there. The best thing is that people can keep you accountable, but it's not the only thing, because people happen to be there at the right time. And it's just like, for example, when you meet so many different people at different stages, you're going to meet people at your lowest point, you're going to meet people at your highest point, but it's really up to you what you do and the conversations that you have with people. You have to focus on what you do even when people aren't with you. And when you're meeting new people, it's because you learn from people, you learn from your mistakes, and also other people tell you different ways of how you can do things. So that's why when it comes to really me liking transformation videos, it's because you're seeing it from someone else's perspective, you're seeing it from someone else's experience. When it comes to a transformation video, I noticed something very similar. It's either people didn't get what they wanted, it's either they got treated differently by other people. When it comes to making a real transformation, you need to focus on your environment, the people that you surround yourself with. You need to track your meals, track your exercises, and also each week you need to reflect on what you're grateful for. You need to reflect on what went well, what you could have done better, and what is something that you plan to do in the future. You need to have short-term goals such as your diet, that you want to hit a protein goal, but a long-term goal is how you want your body to look in the future. And I do get it, not everyone wants to look the same. Some people want to lose weight, some people want to gain weight, but that's something that you need to really consider. For me personally, I'm trying to just maintain a lean look, and I want it to be that I can build more muscle. And what I've noticed with myself is because I thought I was really lean, but as soon as I started to change my diet to focus on high protein, so I'm a lot leaner now than I ever have been, and my confidence has improved. And that's another thing when it comes to a fitness transformation. You start to have more discipline, you start to have more confidence, and you start to have confidence within yourself based on the way you walk, the way you talk to people. When it comes to having confidence and when it comes to a fitness transformation, it's because you're sticking to the promises that you made to yourself. And I do get it that what you want may take longer than expected, but isn't it better to have it later than to have it now and then lose it? So that's what I wanted to say, because you don't want to gain all the muscle and then you just lose it, because that's why things take a bit longer than expected, because you need to make sure your mindset is right. You need to make sure that you can handle pain. When you go through pain, you start to learn a valuable lesson, because rather than avoiding pain, you start to go through it. You are going to have to go through pain. And that's what happens, because pain, it transforms you, but it also teaches you a lesson. Because some people, they would rather avoid pain, and that's me included. When you go through pain, you start to see changes in your body where you gain more muscle. When you go through pain, you start to look at things in a different way. If things happen the way that you wanted it to be, would you look at yourself the same? Would you look at other people the same? And would you be more entitled because you're just getting what it is that you want? By being entitled, it's because you're avoiding pain. By being entitled, it's because things are given to you. But then also, it's good to really invest in yourself, because when you invest in yourself, you're putting in time, you're putting in money, but then also you're trying to surround yourself with good people. In terms of a fitness transformation, here is what I'm going to say. You might have started out your fitness transformation based on the fact that you might have been embarrassed, you might have had the fear of missing out, because there might have been experiences that you wanted to have, but then you felt embarrassed, you felt ashamed. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when you're aware of certain problems, it won't repeat. What I would say in terms of a fitness transformation, the reason why it's so impactful is because you're aware of the problem that you're facing right now. And that's very important because, for example, you may have lost confidence, but then also you're embarrassed to tell people that you want to make a change because no one is actually helping you to actually make that change. So that's what I really like about it, because it's really down to you. The reason why I love a fitness transformation is because other people see the results before you do. And because you're so used to seeing yourself, you don't really see the results or the progress that you've made so far. And that's why I really love it, because your posture starts to improve. You start to have a new lifestyle. You say no to old habits. You're not surrounding yourself with people that don't actually believe in you. Because you have to believe in yourself. That's half of the work already done. The other half is more focused on what you can do going forward. What you notice the most about a fitness transformation, you may have clearer skin, your posture improves, you have more confidence, but other people, they see your transformation before you do. And another thing is that your waist becomes more smaller and clothes start to fit much better on you. The only con that you may face when it comes to a fitness transformation is that you have to get new clothes because your old clothes don't fit you. But another con may be is that you may just get more insecure. When you start to look good, you start to become more insecure about different things. You may be insecure about clear skin. You may be insecure about how clothes fit you. But before your transformation, you was mostly insecure about being around other people. Another thing that I'm going to say of why people start to get into a fitness transformation is because when things don't go your way and you start to have problems, you start to be stressed, the natural response of many people, including myself, was just to always eat, because you don't have to talk to people about what you're going through. But then also eating is like comfort. But then when you go through a real transformation, you start to destroy comfort, you start to do things that are uncomfortable, you start to have conversations with yourself which is uncomfortable. and you start to do things of what you never thought you could do. Because that's the thing, when you start to have a transformation, you're going to notice a mindset shift. You're going to be embracing challenges, and you're going to look at yourself in a more positive way, despite what you go through. During this week, I had a reflection, and it's mainly about when you put yourself first, that you're more happier despite what you go through. And that's what I wanted to say, because when you're more happier despite what you go through, what you start to realize throughout a fitness transformation is that when bad things do happen, it doesn't last forever. And when good things happen, it doesn't mean that it lasts forever either. It just means that you push through, you push yourself to new heights, you push yourself to new goals. People say that the sky is the limit, and you don't want it to be that you're going into a cycle where you're doing good but then you're doing bad, but then you give up because you're doing bad. So that's all I got to say, and I don't want to overcomplicate this video, but when it comes to a fitness transformation, it's supposed to inspire you and not demotivate you, because you want it to be that other people have done it and so can you. So that's all I got to say. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you again soon.